little secret that people do not know. I am the one that created the intellectual work that was used to create Facebook, but it was stolen from me while I was involved in a national security cover-up. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg stole it from my home along with national security secrets. Okay? You got that? And Mark Zuckerberg covered it up with help from Russia. Are you surprised? Because look what's happening to Facebook. It's pushing propaganda, right? It's pushing propaganda, the ultimate spy program, and it can have an effect on the stock market, right? Look what's being pushed. Look at all the problems it created. Look at the effect on the elections, right? Look at the effect on the world. Russia wanted my work for the ultimate propaganda machine to overthrow governments, sway people's opinions, right? Affect elections, help control the stock market. A lot of power. Is Mark Zuckerberg a traitor to the U.S. government? Yes. Mark has been working with Putin, at least ever since the battle over ownership of Facebook. So Mark got help from Putin to help hide me. Couchin called representing Mark Zuckerberg telling me, or demanding, we want you to give a statement that you gave your work to Mark Zuckerberg, all your intellectual rights to it, and you instructed him to create a new creation history to hide you as the author. We want you to do this. I said, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. Because Mark was going to help me do the coding, and then you guys asked, you convinced Mark to ask if he could use my work and pay me a percentage. So we had entered into an agreement, and then Mark tried to double cross me and backed out of it, so there was apparently no agreement. And then Mark stole my work and left with it. Oh, hell no. I said, you owe me something. And I said, you're guilty of intellectual property theft and fraud. So they created a fake recording with help from Russia. Got that? The secret societies in Russia. Usually my nose is running. This is how Facebook battle was won. There's a recording of me that they created from pieces. They pieced it together. So well done that it sounds like me. I'm doing this video. And I instructed Mark to use my work, right? I gave him all my rights to it and create a new creation history. That's how Facebook battle was won. And non-disclosures were signed. The case was sealed. The public would never know, and Russia helped them. Because where did Mark go? Where did Mark go? Mark went over to see Putin. Putin became one of his biggest investors. And Mark Howitson, what happened to Mark Howitson? Mark Howitson started working for the Rothschilds. Okay? So they created a recording of me so great that is how Facebook got settled. So one of my relatives, which is the witness, called Mark Howitson to talk about what they did using that recording. And they asked for a copy of the call log. See, that's how lawyers get paid when the lawyer, Mark Howitson, called my home. He called my home twice that day.
Mark Howitson? Yeah, my name is Janet McBurney. You had called my home back in, I think, 2006, asking for a statement from my son over the ownership of Facebook. Do you remember that?
Yeah. You called my son, Len Shakespeare, during the court battle over Facebook ownership, asking for my son to give a statement that he gave a business plan and intellectual rights to Mark Zuckerberg that he used to create Facebook.
I do know who that is, sir.
Okay.
I need a statement from you and a copy of the call log.
No, I don't know why. I was 10 years
You coached Mark to get that agreement. Then you helped Mark steal the rights to my son's work and a percentage for using it. Then you threatened him to never come forward or seek a return.
I did that.
Yes, you did.
You surprised? The history's been hidden. The Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI wanted to hide me, okay, because of the national security cover-up of the 9/11 pre-event that I was at, where I was ordered to destroy all this evidence, and I wouldn't do it, okay? And I had some of that evidence at my home while Mark ripped me off, and he took some things with him, but we're unsure if how much of it, well, there was a disc. Could have got knocked off just because of the disc alone. Okay, but there was stuff wrote in the notebook about what was happening with the secret societies and the government. Okay, so let me be very, 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 very clear here. Okay, so the case was settled with recording of me, but they left me broke. And the government and the secret society, Putin, all of them have been hiding me. Mark Zuckerberg, Howitson, have been hiding me all these years and left me completely broke. Okay? That work, my intellectual work they used to create Facebook, has been used the exact way I don't want it to be used. See, it helped overthrow the election. It's helping push a dictatorship, fascism. Okay? This is not good. Okay? People need, what good are they going to do now that people know, huh? Really? So anyway, the case was settled, non-disclosures were signed, and nobody ever knew that it was me. Can you imagine if it wouldn't have been, the case wouldn't have been sealed, and then people would have talked to me on the news or something? But see, the CIA didn't want me on the news because there's a possibility I might slip up and say, hey, there was a 9/11 pre-event that had an FBI agent was there, 2 of the terrorists, and a double agent where I was ordered to destroy this mound of evidence, and I knew the plans of 9/11, and I got to see the big binder with the grand plans of world domination. See, they didn't want that, right? So, Mark Zuckerberg is a traitor. He's a traitor to the United States. He's a traitor working with Putin and a secret society that created the grand plans for world domination to take down the United States from within. They want one world power. Got that? Mark Howitson is in on it because right afterwards he started working for the Rothschilds. And Priscilla Chan, she went along with it. And she's doing pretty good. Look, hey, you know what? For being a witness, keeping your mouth shut and marrying Mark, look what she got. She got a great old life, didn't she? But me, I got nothing. I got nothing. The government has done everything to hide me, and I get phone calls telling me to shut up, quit spreading national security secrets. I've gotten death threats. People have died around me. Can you imagine what it's like having people meet people and they get to know me and they think I pass off information and they get killed off? This has happened for years. You know, that's what that's like. And then they say, well, you know what? You should have kept your mouth shut. You're going to learn one of these days all those deaths are your fault. So Mark Zuckerberg is a traitor. He's a traitor. He's been a traitor all along. But he's hid it pretty damn well. And the Facebook creation history is fake. It was created just like the recording they used in a courtroom to settle the case. The social network is a freaking piece of fiction. I've been doing these videos for years, guys. And I have Emery-Dreifuss muscular dystrophy, which is causing my body to break down. Sjogren's, which is causing my body to break down. and Meniere's disease. I'm not doing so good. You see, I'm moving around like this. Can you imagine what it's like being like me? Absolutely 100% broke. Watching Mark all these years, living it up. By the way, he's such a freaking creep that besides stealing my intellectual work, he tried to copy me. He tried to copy me because I always used philosophy all the time. Philosophy was a big thing. I like to study philosophy. And I'd always use philosophy. So he tried to copy me. He tried to copy the same freaking clothes that I wear. And then when he was asked, why do you wear this? It looks like the same shirt every day. He took a recording of me while I didn't know it and said the exact same words that I said. When you look at Facebook and you look at the intro to it, all the wording, he copied it off my intellectual work. The only thing he did was change the name. Originally, it was going to be called My Journey. Join me on my journey, and I'll join you on yours. An internet social site that helps support community needs. Helps fund free clinics and shelters. Helps find a cure for neuromuscular diseases. Helps people with disabilities have more options and fewer barriers. Wow. So much good, right? Because I was trying to help a friend that after contracting meningitis, she became paralyzed at a young age. Please, people, please, get to know me while you still can. I have zero options. I'm living off nothing. And I get to watch Mark live it up.